Alright, welcome back to, what is it now, part 24 of Mega Man Battle Network 3 White version. Just let him have this moment, guys. I hope you're happy, Mega Man.
Alright, let's go!
Alright, so I did some stuff off screen, of course. One of the things I got to do off screen, and if you saw the latest stream of Blue version, then you already know about this, but I got to do a library compare with Manzai Man. So let me show off what that does. Whoops. There we go. So if you compare libraries with a friend, then basically any gaps that they have in their library that you don't have yet will show up right here in green. So yeah, since you can't really battle Bullman in White version, if you have a friend who already has all the Bullman chips, then of course a library compare will make these appear. And what that does, this is something I forgot to show off in the stream for Blue version. What this does is it makes these chips available to you in Higsby's chip order system. Kind of. You have to, for some of them, he won't let you just buy them. You have to meet some requirements first. Like, you have to reach the right point in the game to unlock the chips. But yeah, if I wanted, for example, Bullman over here, all I would have to do is click and he'll say, "A Bullman, huh? I'll see if I can order it." And he has it in B code, which of course is the only possible code, and we could buy it, but we're not going to do that just yet. I'll worry about it once I unlock the team style and get Mistman V4, you know, the proper way, and then I will buy out all of the Bullman series. Did I get the... Oh, and also these chips. So these V5 Navi chips were also in the results from the library comparison, but these I can't order, I don't think. Yeah, so he says, "A Gutsman V5, huh? I've never heard of that, but I'll try." Nope, don't see it. Huh, are you sure there's such a chip? So yeah, these chips you have to go out and earn legitimately. A library compare won't save you here. And I think the reason might be because the V5 Navi chips are actually Giga chips, and that's just too much power. So yeah, you can't just get those for free. But yeah, we'll be back here next part once we take care of the, I guess post-game, as Manzai Man likes to call it. We will unlock the battles that will give us those V5 Navi chips legitimately. But for today, we're just going to, I guess, unlock the path towards that. So before I go any further, let me go ahead and show you what I did off screen. Just a little summary of what happened. So I went to Lan's bedroom and got the style mail from Lan's dad for the custom style. I know we didn't show that off. We've been using the custom style for the past few episodes, but I never actually went through this style mail. You can pause and read it if you want to, but it has a typo in it, actually. It says if you win without using chips or the Buster, and it should say if you win without using Navi chips or the Buster and get an S rank, then you might get special drops. Here I was just farming the custom style, leveling it up. The strategy I went with here, since you've got the ground style, you can actually just use set lava once you earn it from the ground style, and since a lot of the enemies here in Melu's computer have less than 50 HP, they just die instantly, which is great. And since I'm also farming for the team style, I made sure to set Flashman as a regular chip so that I could select him. But of course, you don't have to use your Navi chip, you just have to select it to earn points towards the team style, so that's what I did. Anyway, leveling up Custom Style gets you another Custom 1 and the Custom 2 program. And with that, we now have the ability to start with a full 10 chips in our opening hand. I went back to fight Metal Man again. I did have the hub batch equipped here, but I acted as if I don't have it. I acted as if the only thing I have on is the super armor. Just because that's, well, that was the state of my Navicust when I was supposed to fight him. And forgot to do so last time. But yeah, not a very hard fight, as you can imagine. At this point, we've fought tougher foes. So yeah, I think I counterattacked him here. I had to fight him a couple times because even though I was S-ranking him, I kept on getting Zenny to drop instead of the chip, and while I do technically have the V3 chip because I got it from the bug frag trader, I just felt like, you know, it would feel more legitimate if I showed you a result where I actually got the chip the normal way, since that's kind of what I was supposed to do last time. Nothing much here. Once you take care of the little gears, you're good to go. Actually, I think... How did I get rid of the other gear? I think I may have accidentally destroyed the other gear using the Break Charge or Break Buster effect from the hub batch. So I guess, yeah, that was one use of the hub batch that was not intended. But I mean, the gear on his side of the field doesn't affect me in any way, so I don't know if that ruins the fight in any way, if that makes it any less pure. Anyway, first order of business for us today, I guess, is going to be using this chip trader. I did not pick up too many chips from Higsby's because, well, what happened in Blue version was I realized I forgot to buy my 99 guards. And I had only bought the chips that cost 100 because at this point we don't want to do too many trades. We already have pretty much everything that a chip trader can give us. Well, not pretty much, just straight up everything that a chip trader can give us. So this is really just, like I said in Blue version, for tradition's sake at this point. We don't even need to be doing this at all. Ooh, Fire Raton and Y-Code. Don't mind if I do. And hey, we might get some extra, like, elemental plus 30s to drop from here. Maybe I can trade them off with other people who want them, who knows. Or maybe I'll just build multiple folders using 8 copies of every elemental plus 30 chip. Ooh, Poison Face A. I think I already had that, but if not, that's needed for a program advance. So if you don't have it, that's a good one to get. Panel grab seems to be a common occurrence today. Dash attack and C-code. That used to be good for a program advance, but I don't think that program advance is still in this game anymore. That was in the last game, and maybe the one before it too. There's a guard. Same thing happened in Blue version, actually. We got one guard to drop, as if it heard me when I said I forgot to get guards. I gotta be careful once we get into the single digits because I don't want to trade away my plus 30s and plus 10s and whatnot. Oh, C code is not bad for Sensor 1. Sensor 1 still has an advantage in that it always aims straight. So not completely useless. S code. Well, it's not completely useless. E code, I think, is one of the barrier codes that you can use with the program advance. In case I haven't mentioned it before, I feel like I have, but there is a program advance for barrier. There's another panel grab A. Ooh, an attack plus 10. So far, the best things I've gotten from this session are a couple of step swords. Unless I'm forgetting something. Which I probably am, because my short-term memory is not that great. There we go, now we're finally seeing them, a wood plus 30. Just in case you thought the bug frag trader was the only way to get those. Okay, yeah, start being careful here. Let's see, so I have plenty of Aqua and Navi and Wood Plus. I guess Fire and Elec are lacking then. The question is by how much? Wow. Ooh, another panic. Well, that's a surprise. Definitely not trading away my Aqua Swords. Okay, Elec isn't that far behind. What about Fire? Fire plus 30, I have 6 of them, so if I can get 2 more, that's enough for 2 folders. That would be nice. Or you can just keep giving me more Navi plus 20. I guess it's fitting since we're going after the team style next. My goodness, imagine how much longer this would have taken if I actually went out of my way to buy the guards and all the other chips that I usually buy. Maybe we should go back to the 10-chip trader next time, if we do any chip trades at all next time. Because I feel like next time might be the last part. I'll keep those. You never know, the lava cannons might prove to be useful later. Yeah, I'll call this the last trade. We need to get a move on. Okay, Boomer 1 in F-code. Might not be too terrible for like a Flashman folder. A Flashman / Flameman folder. Alright. With that out of the way, our next order of business is something I could have done earlier when I did this in blue version, but I wasn't thinking. So we need to acquire this apprentice folder. We already spoke to this guy before, I'm pretty sure, at least in blue version. I don't know if I did it in both versions, but yeah. There is the apprentice folder. So this is probably one of the best folders that we're going to need for a certain challenge. It contains 4 air shots, 4 gut punches, the bubbler series and the heat shot series, which both have program advances that can do 300 damage, which can be boosted further by elemental weaknesses, or the prism chips that you see in here. And also it's got the Metal Man series up to Metal Man V3, some rock cubes, a mine for an easy 300 damage, at least against opponents who move a lot. A time bomb that might be useful. Plasma 1, if you time it right, it could chain multiple attacks on enemies. And random meteor, which against the wrong opponent can be completely useless, but against the right opponent, you would be unwise to underestimate it. And I learned that lesson the hard way, but you'll find out about that in the next stream for blue version, or the next part of white version, whichever you end up seeing first. But yeah, the apprentice folder we need because there's going to be a challenge that requires you to use an extra folder. It just automatically switches to whatever extra folder you have. Next we need to go over here to Scilab. Well, we don't need to, but if we jack into the virus breeder, we did pick up the rest of the family last time for the scuttle viruses over here. Well, 5 of them anyway. And if you talk to this prog now, the prog will tell you that they've fully grown and all that. You've seen it all before. And the hint is, they say he's a prisoner in the evil castle. You would do well to become his friend. Go on, you can do it. So yeah, prisoner in the evil castle. The evil castle, of course, would be the is probably a reference to Wily's castle, because I think that's what it was called in the classic Mega Man games, Wily's castle. But yeah, it's Wily's Island. Who would have thought? Even if you didn't pick up on it from Castle, I think the word evil would hint you towards either Hades Isle or the World 3 base, either way. jack into this wall computer here. And I think it's, yeah, just right there. Okay, we need to do 200 damage to get rid of their auras. And I can't do it to both of them at the same time, unfortunately. That's fine, I'll just take care of one of them at a time. Let's see, what can I do? Flame Man? Yeah, Flame Man's the way to go. There, at least we got rid of the aura. Okay, Plant Man can hold one of them still, so that's something. The other one's just dead. Perfect. And I guess we'll go for Bubble Man. It doesn't matter because there is no reward screen for this fight. And there we go, we've seen all this before. And I guess I'll go back to Scilab and transfer my bug frags to this one, just in case I end up wanting to use that chip for whatever reason. I haven't really been using the virus chips much. I should probably just put them in my folder for the sake of showing them off. Maybe we'll do that next time. I could see some scenarios where we need just a beefy amount of damage, and these virus chips are definitely a good way to get that. Some of these things can do like 300 in a single hit if you invest all your bug frags into a single virus and make sure you end up picking it in the roulette. Okay, red guy. No more food for you, we'll just give it all to the Scuttle Omega. Yeah, there we go, that's 300 damage in a single shot if I can make sure to land on the Scuttle Omega when using the Scuttle Virus chip. Something I forgot to mention, I just remembered now, is that not only did I farm the custom style to its max level, but also I went ahead and did a bunch of battles. We should be 5 battles away from getting the team style. We are not going to pick up the team style in this part because there's going to be a challenge by the end of this where I want to hold on to the custom style for that challenge, and then we can see the team style next time. I can at least show off getting it, just so you can see what it looks like, if nothing else. So maybe we'll do that. But yeah, I don't plan on exiting this secret area by the time I end this part today. If you saw what happened in blue version, you know why. What was I forgetting? Oh, right. New Navicus programs need to be compressed. Okay, so we got another custom one, but it's already compressed because I compressed the old one. So that answers the question from last time, what happens if you acquire another copy of the same program if you've already compressed one of them? The answer is they're all compressed even if you get them after the compression is done. Now, Custom 2, what was the compression code for you again? Let me dig it up. Okay, there it is. Oh, and I should probably turn on my... There we go. so you can see what I'm pressing. So hold your select key, and it is A, down, up, down, RB, down. And that reduces it to a sort of staircase shape. And this will be useful. This will definitely come in handy. So the custom style gives you 1 extra chip, this thing gives you 2. And then these custom 1 and custom 1 will each give you 1 more, so that's a full 10 chips if you put all of these in here. The hub batch also gives you a custom 1, so that's another option. So if you decide to remove the custom style, well, you'll have to forgo your bug stop and your fast gauge to make enough room. Actually, would you even have enough room? I don't think you'd have enough room still to fit custom 1, both custom 1s, and the custom 2 and the hub batch. I don't know if you would have enough room to do that. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, there is an advantage to having 9 starting chips instead of a full 10. And the advantage is you can immediately throw away up to 5 chips using the add button just to help cycle through your chips faster. So it's not a complete disadvantage if you can't get all of your custom pluses. But there you go, so that's done. Am I forgetting anything else? Let me look at my notes real quick. No, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm going to avoid battles because I don't want the team style yet. So every battle I run into here, I'm just going to run away. Sneak run does not work here for some reason. Even though when I try to run, I can run away very easily. Might as well grab that. Don't know what use I have for the Zenny at this point, but who knows, maybe I'll just buy chips and go ham on the chip trader again. I think it was this one. Yep. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but down that way, behind this shop guy that you see floating over there, is where you can find Japan Man Alpha if you're looking to fight him. We're not going to do that today. I want to hold off because once you defeat him, the encounters you get in the armor comp in the Yoka Inn will not be just Metors anymore. And I'd like it to remain as just Metors in case I want to farm bug frags. I mean, we've already gotten pretty much everything we want from the bug frag trader. But I would like to, and I know this is probably crazy, but I would like to try and see what is like the maximum number of bug frags that you're allowed to have, because clearly it can go over it can go into the 4 digits. So will it stop at 9,999? Or will it go even further? Because there's definitely space here under where it says bug frag. Your bug frag count window has enough space for quite a few digits. So I'm curious to see what the maximum limit is. If it's more than 9,999, then I think I'll just stop. I tried looking it up online and I couldn't find anything, but if I can find an answer online, then I guess that's time saved for me. I'll try looking again. But I kind of doubt that I'll find anything. Now let's see what this mystery data has for us. A recover 200, not bad. And we're running from this, of course. Alright, here we are. Let's go ahead and smash it. This one should be easier than the one we did last time. No failing 3 times in a row thanks to a Dominerd. None of that here. Not today. Actually, yeah. Wait, no, I can do this. There we go. Since it counts as 2 hits on viruses for whatever reason, Condor is pretty good. Okay, kill that shadow, quick. Oh god. I was hoping to zap it before this. That's fine, that's what sensors are for. Oh, and I guess I kept my keys shown. I don't need to keep those visible. There we go. Okay, what to do here? Well, here's something that I observed when I did this in blue version. Since Hub Batch gives you float shoes, the ratties can't hurt me if I'm standing on an empty panel. So that's a strategy. Did I say float shoes? Air shoes, I mean. It gives you float shoes and air shoes, but air shoes is what lets you step on holes. So that's what's relevant here. I wonder how this will work if I activate it while standing on a hole. Let's recover. Should have picked up the other one. I haven't used any Navi chips, but whatever. There we go. Okay, NO2. You need to be taken care of quickly. Well, both of these guys need to be taken care of quickly. Ow. Oh god, no. Oh, I think this is exactly how I did it in blue version as well. Just take them both down with Flame Man. Yep, perfect. Those things move way too fast. Take care of the Trumpy and we'll be fine. Actually, yeah, I think this does it. A pair of sensors, and that's really all I need. Didn't even need the pair, just the one. Ah, definitely gonna need Plant Man for this one. And there he is. And I think... will I be able to step sword them? Oh, don't even need to. Ah. Oh no. Quick. Okay. There you go. That wasn't so terrible. Now for this one. The strategy that I came up with was... copy damage and Muramasa. And I guess I need to sort these. Did I pick up anything off screen that I need to show off? Let me see. That's all stuff from the chip trading that we did earlier. I guess I got an anti-damage from green mystery data. I don't know if that happened on screen or off screen, but that is something you can get from right here, actually, in green mystery data. But I think you can get it in M code here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, right. Anyway, sort by alphabetical, and we were looking for copy damage. And the Muramasa. Where are you? There you are. Okay, and I need to deliberately lower my HP. Because this security system, you need to do 650 damage to 3 of them at once. One of them is in the back, 2 of them are within range of the Muramasa. So I just need to take at least 650 damage. Just take some hits. I need to go down to, what, like 300 HP? I realize that standing on the holy panel slows that down, but it also makes it more precise. Okay, that should be plenty. That's almost 750 damage taken. That's more than enough. We'll run with this. And let's go ahead and do this. Now, I guess another option you could do for this is... let me think here. If we did Black Bomb 3, which I think is 220 damage by default, and I stack it with a bunch of Fire plus 30s, can I get it over 300? Yeah, if I just do 3 Fire plus 30s, that would take it to 310. One more would take it to 340, and then on grass panels, if you double that damage, that's 680. So that's another solution you could... that's another solution. That's another potential solution you could have. And then, what about, would Prism and Heat Spread work? I don't think so, because you'd have to position the Prism in the middle. And that's definitely not happening. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Prism with Heat Spread and a plus 30 and a grass stage, no, that's not going to work here. Because that middle panel is blank. So yeah, if you don't have the Muramasa because you didn't look up its lotto code from Higsby's machine, then you still have another option. And I can't really think of anything else that would do 650 damage in a single instance, but I'm sure there's gotta be at least maybe 2 other ways you could do this. It's just none of it is coming to me right now. Okay, throw all of this out. Oh, and there's our Muramasa. Well, don't mind if I do. So, copy damage, and there you go. It's as simple as that. Okay, let's get back my sword. And wide sword. Sword L. SW, yeah, it's gonna be towards the end, of course. What was I thinking? And then wide sword. And there we go. And here you get the whole battle chip in star code. Pretty useful to have it in star code if you're not going to use the Dark License Navicust program. This lets you use certain chips, like one of the chips that we're going to get today, and another chip that I'll be getting off screen before next time. And also, I think Darkman would count as one of the chips that requires the whole. I actually did test it out, but I'll show off how it works in blue version. Yeah, the idea is that it summons... It starts as like a crack in the panel, and then give it a few seconds and then it opens up. And when it opens up, that's when you're allowed to activate chips that, well, require it. But yeah, it's basically like you're opening a portal to the Dark Realm to unleash dark powers, and these chips won't work unless you have access to those dark powers. I guess that's kind of the design philosophy behind all those chips that require either the whole battle chip or the Dark License Navicust program. Okay. Time to meet the king of the undernet himself. It's time.
You may pass, O possessor of the Star of Honor.
And by Star of Honor, they're referring to the star that you get on the title screen for completing the standard chip library. Getting all 200 of those chips. We did that last time. That includes getting all the virus chips. Those are standard chips as well, so you need to take care of that. But it doesn't include the mega chips. The Navi chips, you don't need all of them. At least not yet. And I forget what kind of voice I gave this guy.
Darkman waited, patiently seeking a duel with me. I told him I would, if he could delete 10,000 Navis there. Japanman left the Scilab Elite Corps to follow me. He was an excellent soldier, my right-hand man. Even I am forced to recognize the power of those two. And of course, yours as well, since you defeated them. So you're Serenade. Fine, I shall permit a duel for the title of Under King.
Wow, I was worried about this Serenade, but he's so small. Come on, Mega Man, this'll be easy.
Lan, wait, don't be fooled. This Navi isn't like anything I've ever faced before. He's strong. Very strong. How keen of you to notice my power even before we begin. You mentioned that I am different from other Navis. That is because the source of my power is mercy. Mercy? Correct. I love and respect my enemy and thereby win. Come now, let me show you. Let's go, Lan.
Okay, ready, Mega Man? Battle routine set.
Execute. Come to me.
So yeah, it took a bit of figuring out, but it's actually not too hard of a battle once you know what you're doing. I had some ideas which I didn't really test out, and I guess I won't have the opportunity to test them out, because, well, I think this is the only time we fight this guy. I don't think there's a way to get a rematch with him once you defeat him. Maybe I should test it out. But yeah, when you try to attack him, he either dashes up or down, and deflects your attack back on you if you try to attack him under normal circumstances. So, one thing I was thinking that I didn't try out is what if I surround him by rock cubes so that he doesn't dash up or down? If I block him from being able to do that, will he be vulnerable to attacks or not? And that's something that I never really got to test out. But maybe it does work, who knows. The other thing that you can do, the one thing that I know for sure works because that's what I did, is you can attack him when he does a specific attack. You have to wait for it, and he takes a while before he does it. But once he comes up to you and puts up like this sort of wave of energy and starts kind of breaking your side of the field, that's when he's vulnerable to an attack. So that's another option. Beastman isn't going to be able to get through to him. Sensor might. Actually, I should probably rework my deck, but let's just show off what this guy does first. So his main attack is really easy to dodge. This right here, very easy to avoid. It's really just a test of patience. He says the source of his power is mercy, well, we're gonna win with the power of patience. He does this like 8 times is what I counted. Although maybe it varies slightly. And then yeah, he does this. And this is when he's vulnerable. Oh wait, I guess I can hit him with Beastman now. Oh, my sensor blocked one of the Beastman attacks. That's funny. Okay, I don't think I can hit him with Condors. Uh-oh. Yeah, and that's what happens if you try to attack him normally. He just dashes up or down and does some sort of, like, I don't know, ballet twirl thing. And since I have float shoes, I can step freely on these cracked panels with no issue. Oh, right. Wait, no. Yeah, you can't do anything in that first row. This green splash wave thing that he puts up, it's a protective barrier, so you have to have chips that can either pierce through it or be thrown over it. Because yeah, all 3 of those panels in my front row are currently blocked. I can't even step on them, unless I use the step cross. Plant Man should hold him still. Ah. Should have used it sooner. That's okay. I've got this. Well, I don't want to finish him off before I test my little theory. Uh-oh. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, and he can even still hit me even when I'm invincible. Good to know. Okay, well, as you can see, I pretty much have this fight in the bag. He's got less than half his health left, and, well, I guess I've also got less than half mine, so I guess it's even. Oh, can we even run from this? We can't. Yeah, I figured. Tapped that by complete accident. But anyway, let me rearrange my chip folder a little bit. Let me put some rock cubes in here and see what that would do. And then I'll reload the save after testing this theory out. Because I can have 2 rock cubes. Did I miss the O's? No. R-O... Okay, here we go. Yeah, put some rock cubes in there. And let's see what that does for us. I guess the rooks can also work. Yeah, throw in a rook. I would have thought I'd have more rook stars, but I guess not. You can pick them up in Secret Area 2. And I guess the rope battle chip would be useful then if you use the rock cube strategy, though would it target the rock cubes? Because if it does, that's what I'd be worried about, as it would break the rock cubes. So yeah, that's something to test out. You know what? Maybe holes would also work. He looks kind of floaty, so I'm going to assume this won't work. I'm going to assume that holes won't work, but we might as well test that too. I get the feeling he has, like, float shoes by default. But if we do... what can I do? I guess we could always just Gutsman him. Yeah, let's do that. Let's remove a step cross and put in a Gutsman. No, let's use the... let's use Get Into. Oh, and I wonder if Get In 3 works on him. Okay, now I have to test all of this. I'm curious. Can we poison him to death just using Get In? And we can skip that cutscene. Okay, there's one of our rock cubes at the very least. That's a Flame Man. Now let's throw all of this out. Oh, wait. I have a rook and a rock cube. I assume those can exist at the same time. I know I can have 2 rock cubes at the same time. If you try to summon a third one, though, it's over. Okay, yeah, let's try this, and also let's throw all that out. Let's test this out. Now, if he appears... oh, yeah, I was able to hit him. Yeah, there you go. He dashes back because he has no room, but also he can break my rock cubes. But he can't break my rooks. Okay. Okay, so the rook strategy is the way to go. What does Geddon do for us? I have air shoes, but does he? Oh, yes. Okay, he does not have float shoes, so that's another option. Okay, good to know. So I guess if you were speedrunning him, that would have to be the strategy. Geddon would probably be more effective, because if you just put 2 rooks in the front row, well, great. You can attack him when he comes to the front row, but he's also got 2 whole rows to work with. Or I guess you could steal all his area, just give him 1 row. Yeah, you could steal 2 rows from him. I wonder if he steals them back. Steal 2 rows from him, or I guess columns, technically. I keep thinking of them as rows because, yes, when you look at them here on the screen from the player's perspective, they are columns, but from Mega Man's perspective, they're rows. I don't know if that says something about me. Maybe it does, because when I see people, when I'm driving and I see people signaling, if I'm driving on one side of the road and another car is driving on the other side, when the other car is signaling, I view them as, even though they're going to my right, I view them as going to their left. I put myself in the perspective of the other person. That's a tendency that I have. But yeah, good to know. I'm glad I tested this out. But there you go. There's another option if you don't have patience. But I kind of like the idea of 2 virtues clashing. Patience versus mercy. Anyway, let's do this for real now. I guess I could have optimized my folder a little bit, but we'll be fine. Flame Man wouldn't be bad for an opening move, but I really would like to open up some panels. Sensor 3, I'm afraid you're gonna have to go temporarily. The problem is if it keeps attacking when he goes back to his deflecting phase, it can backfire on me pretty badly. Okay, throw both of those out. I don't need that. Let's go for the rock arm. I'll have the totem just for some quick recovery if I need it. He'll probably destroy it after I get just 1 recovery out of it. Actually, you know what? Mud Wave first. Yeah, there we go. Oh, also, when he does his little panel destruction attack or whatever, he also blows you back. So keep that in mind. If you try to step forward, he does actually push you back. I know that's not easy to recognize just looking at the screen, but he is doing that. So if you saw me get pushed back, well, it was because I actually got pushed back. It's not... I didn't step back on purpose. Sure, we'll take the P. Actually, yeah, let's do that first, because the boomerang isn't going to help us at all. It's just going to go right behind him. Or right around him, rather. Okay, this time I have to be careful. Count. 1, 2, 3. Do I dare? Do I dare try to chain him with the sensor? Well, I'm gonna wait for my Navi plus 40 to come out before I try that. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. You get one recovery out of your totems. I guess I really should be checking my chips to see if I got the... You know what? Yeah, let's take these step crosses out. We don't need them. I was gonna hold out for the Zeta Step 2 program advance, but... Wow, really? Okay, let's do... Sensor. And then we'll hit him with a Bubble Man. Will Bubble Man even... No, I don't think Bubble Man can hit him. Well, there is a way to make it work. Okay. And now Bubble Man can hit him without being blocked by my sensor. Okay, I guess we can life sword him to death. Oh, and now my Navi plus 40 comes out. Yeah, let's recover. And I want to let him destroy my sensor. I wonder if Navi plus 40 works on the Navi recycle. Oh, that did work. Interesting. Yeah, he's invincible. I wasn't... Okay, and Navi plus 40 does not work on the Navi recycle chip itself. Confirmed. Gotta be careful with this one, because remember, he does push you back. So you have to step forward and use it quickly before you get pushed back out of range again. This could be an epic fail right here, if I'm not, you know, quick on the uptake. There.
I didn't think that I would ever meet a Navi as strong as I. The trust that you two share makes you even more powerful. That too is a form of love and respect. Here, take this.
And we got the rank 1.
This shows that you are the strongest Navi in Cyberworld. But he is trying to reawaken. He? It seems that you have fought with him before. I too have fought him in the past. I only managed to defeat him after a battle lasting days. I came very close to being deleted myself. Like me, he is a denizen of the dark. He is the incarnation of destruction. He prowls the cyber world with his wounded body. And now I can feel him growing stronger day by day, made more powerful with the bugs that he absorbs. He uses these bug fragments to heal his wounds. Heals his wounds with bugs. He will reawaken with the howl of a beast.
That should all be sounding familiar. Bug frags. The howl of a beast. Absorbing bugs. And being wounded.
You will only be the strongest Navi once you defeat him. Mega Man, we shall meet again in some other place.
I don't know if that's actually true. Do we ever see Serenade again in the series? I mean, I didn't play the post-game for any of the other games, so maybe. Or maybe he's just referring to something else that happens even further into the post-game here, but we'll see.
Farewell.
And just like that, he disappears.
Wait, Serenade! He's gone. Yeah. The incarnation of destruction awakens with a howl?
Yeah. If anything like that showed up, it'd mean real trouble. We'll have to do something about it.
I agree.
And unfortunately, we can't... Well, actually, wait. Can we jack out from here? Yeah, I didn't think so. I just felt that maybe because it's a little bit off-color. But yeah, we have to walk all the way back, and then we have to come back in here again. We have to walk all the way back and then come back in here again for one last fight. Might as well see what's in that mystery data. Probably a virus, but doesn't hurt to check. Yeah, that's what I thought. What are the things we can get here? Anti-damage, recover 200, and... Is that it? I think that might be it. And maybe some Zenny. I mean, I can always look it up online, but I don't remember seeing anything that really stood out in the list that I absolutely had to get. Whoops. There we go. And I still don't want to do any battles here. Now, one thing we can do now that we've defeated Serenade is we can go back to undernet 7 and pick up some of the stuff behind the yellow curtains. But when I did that in blue version, I ended up regretting it because, well... we have to go back there again after revisiting Secret Area 3, so rather than taking 2 trips to do all that, I'm just gonna come back in here immediately, take care of the guy that Serenade warned us about just now, and then I'll show off what's in undernet 7, but I won't save when I get there. I'll keep my save in here for reasons that you will see later. Okay, now we can leave. And we're jacking in right back again. That's not how those words are supposed to go together, but you know what I mean. Okay, now if we start making our way towards Secret Area 3, we find these undernavies that are telling us they sense something is off.
An amazing amount of power is leaking from the inner area. I don't think it's from Serenade, but what could it be?
Oh, and that guy's still just saying the same stuff. A cannonball star. Well, this is where you can get another rook if you want to do the strategy I showed off against Serenade. But honestly, you don't need it. I guess, well, maybe you might need it if you're having trouble timing the dodge on that bluish, pinkish attack that he does. Whatever you want to call it. His, like, crystal wave, whatever. Although, I guess you could also dodge it using chips like Invis and Shadow. Okay, the part that I always forget is take a left here. Yeah, there we go.
What's that evil power I feel coming from Area 3? I've never felt anything like this before. I feel an amazingly destructive power along this path. So this is what fear feels like. I can't stop shaking.
Alright. Time to reinstall press into the Navicust. Yay. There it is. Who cares if it's bugged? We're not doing any battles with this. Oh, and it's bug stop, so he's not going to be bugged anyway. I guess that's nice. There we go, remove press. And reinstall the hub batch. And we should be good here. Alright, let's save here. So, every time we used this bug frag trader, yeah, that sound, that growling sound would come up. And you probably recognize it from Battle Network 2. It was the final boss of the main story in Battle Network 2. It was that giant black lion sort of guy.
What? What's wrong, Mega Man? Didn't you hear that, Lan? Like an animal growling.
Huh? I didn't hear anything. But I heard that.
Could that be... I have awakened! I sense a powerful force approaching us. It's coming, Lan!
Yep, it's base. You might remember that someone was talking to a growling entity when we looked at, like, the... I think it was a scene right after the credits when we defeated Alpha a few episodes ago. You might remember someone was talking to a growling creature. That was the Bug Beast saving Base. So yeah, Base is alive. He did not just get fully absorbed and deleted by Alpha after all.
Base! Base! Who could that be? He doesn't remember? But he's far stronger than before. I search only for power. I have no name. I exist only to battle. I shall test the power that the bugs gave me on you!
So yeah, by feeding the bug frag trader, narratively what was happening is we were strengthening base and helping him recover. He has fused with the bug beast, which we might get to see in some of his attacks here if, I don't interrupt his attacks enough and don't defeat him before he can show those moves off.
Lan! So it was him! We can't run from this one, Mega Man. Battle routine set. Execute.
So yeah, he's back, and this time he's got a 200 aura. So we need to break his aura. If you can keep on, damaging him and interrupting him, then he won't be able to get his aura back. But if you let him, linger long enough after doing a certain attack, he will recover his aura, and then you're back to needing 200 damage again. And I think the only thing I have here, the only things I have that can do 200 damage are the Step Cross, and the Rock Arm 3, and I guess my Flame Man chip. Those are the only things that can do 200 damage in an instant. And I'm not sure I trust myself hitting him with the Rock Arm 3, but we'll try. Let's see, we could do Bubble Man, we could do Beast Man, or we could hit him with a Step Cross. Decisions. I feel like he's about to get his aura back. Yeah, there it is. You saw the beast head come out. Oh. Wait, my HP's already that low? Yeah, let's go for it, Beast Man. Oh god, I've only got 1 health left. Really? Why did I do that? He's invulnerable. Aww. Okay, I've got him stunned, so that's something at least. Oh! I ran right into his little bug beast head, whatever. And the music went out. How nice. Let's try that again. Wow. I didn't take this much damage when I fought him in blue version, but there you go. If I can stun lock him with Sensor, I'll be doing good. Okay. Oh, and yeah, that's the attack that lets him recover his aura. Wow, how hard does this guy hit? Oh, and that's another move that lets him recover his health, or his aura. Wow, he did a lot less when I fought him in blue version, but maybe that's because I was really good at stun locking him. Oh, now we're cooking. Let's see what to do first. Let's do this. Okay, perfect. Sensor, Bubble Man, Navi Recycle, and why not another sensor? Oh no, you don't. Okay, Bubble Man pierces through the sensor. I was a little worried about that. Oh, this is perfect. And we need... What do I want to do here? Actually, if I keep interrupting him with normal attacks... Uh-oh. I forgot about that. I forgot that dropping a rock arm gets rid of my sensor, because it technically counts as summoning a new entity. Great. We can recover from this, right? Right? We should be able to. Oh, no. Stupid 200 aura. Let's see. What can I do here? I guess we'll just do this. I don't know if I'll even survive this, but... Great. Yeah, this one's a fail. Too many mistakes were made. I wish there was a reliable way to dodge that attack. I guess the only way would be to use like an invis or a shadow, which I might move into my folder if these next few attempts aren't doing any good. What is this starting hand? No. Try that again. We can start with something better than that. There we go, now we're talking. Let's do this, and this, and this. Okay. Hit him with a Beast Man, and I think I'll hold on to that second sensor. Oh no. And Beastman is gonna get blocked, yeah. Okay, that's why I kept my other sensor. Let's do this. Would have preferred to have my Navi plus 40 there, but it's whatever. Hold him still. Let's see, what can I do here? I can hit him with the lance first. Let's see, that's 130. That's 400 damage there. That should be enough to finish him off. That's 580. And I have to count the ticks from Plant Man. Yeah, we might be able to finish him with this. If not, we can step cross him next turn. Assuming we survive, of course. And I have to remember, the hub batch gives me a shield. There we go. Wow. S-ranked. The same exact thing happened in blue version. Unintentional S-rank. And there we go, we get base. In blue version you get base plus, in this version you get base. They should be the same attack power and everything, just a different attack pattern.
How? It is impossible to defeat me! I am destruction incarnate! I have far more power than you! How? Because you're fighting alone. As long as Lan is operating me, I have no limits. What do you mean? Strength does not rely on others. You're wrong. When Navis are able to completely trust their operators, humans, then they are finally able to realize their power. You, too, once had a human who you could trust like that. I trust no one but myself. Base, try to remember. Who is this man who invades my memory? What is this feeling that I need him? No, never. I trust no one. Power is all. Destruction is my purpose. What? Base. He's gone.
Mega Man, are you okay?
Yes, I am.
What happened to Base?
I don't know, but I don't feel his power anymore.
Did he run away? Or... Wow, if that thing had run loose in Cyberworld...
Then I guess we just have to beat him again. It's like I said before. As long as you're operating me, I have no limits. Right?
Yeah, you bet.
Well, Lan, what do we do next?
Well, now that we're the strongest duo in Cyberworld, let's take it over. Just kidding. A normal life's best for me. Come on, let's go home.
Roger.
And since we have the frags anyway, might as well trade them in here. Oh, another wood plus 30. And a lava cannon 3. So yeah, you can still use this thing even after you're done with base. Let's get press in here. Would be nice if we could finally jack out now, but... Well, actually, I don't want to, because there's something else here now. There is now something else for us to do. And I will do most of it off screen, because boy is it luck dependent. I mean, it's not a complete RNG fest. There is some strategy. But it's not like... You can't just make up for bad RNG with strategy. And let's get our Navicust back to its previous state. There we go. And don't worry, we have a way of recovering our HP for free. So if we go back here... Waiting for us where Serenade used to be is these three guys, and if we keep going back through secret area, we will find more and more of these guys. So these guys are time trial challenges. Basically, Serenade has set a certain record for defeating all of these Navis. I didn't know that these Navis all had the privilege of challenging Serenade without having to go through the trials and tribulations that we had to get through just to get a fight with him, but apparently he fought all of them, and he set records against them, and we need to beat Serenade's record. Also, before any of this, let me reload the save, because I think defeating base, yeah, gets us a 3rd star on our save file. Speaking of which, there's base. Oh, 90. Dark chip explodes for 3 squares. Interesting. We'll show that off next time. But yeah, in blue version you get a chip that does 550 damage to one, I keep on wanting to say row, column, one column on the enemy's side. You know, like one wide sword range. And it's 550 damage. I guess this is 90, but it's multiple hits, so I guess this one might be more broken, potentially, if you can... Well, does it count as a Navi chip? If it does, then you can do a Navi plus 40 on it, otherwise you're just gonna have to use, like, your attack plus 30. And you're gonna need the whole chip in order to activate it, or again, the Dark License Navicust program. Anyway, these guys.
A copy of Darkman is available for a timed battle. Your current record versus Serenade is 45 seconds. You must take on this battle using your extra folder. You cannot set a new record with Buster Max mode turned on. Take the challenge?
Sure. We're probably not gonna do well, but... Oh, well, we can't do well here because he's gonna delete us instantly. But yeah, as you can see, I did not go and change out my folder, it just automatically switches to whatever extra folder you have. So the Apprentice folder, while it's not ideal for all of these rematches, it is the one that seems to be the best for a majority of them. And then for the rest, just, I guess, you can keep going back and forth, switching your extra folder until you find one that works per enemy, but I would rather just, you know, keep retrying until I get lucky with my opening hands. Like this right here, no good. I guess we can gut punch the rock cube. Yeah, I want to get these gut punches out of my hand. You don't want to use them directly on Darkman because, well, standing in front of him is kind of an issue, as you know. That's when he activates all his crazy attacks. I suppose the plasma might be good. Time bomb could potentially be good as long as you don't have him, you know, triggering some sort of attack that can destroy it before it goes off. I mean, we're not winning this battle anyway, so... Oh, great. It had to be... That's what I was worried about with Time Bomb. But yeah, you don't get a game over if you lose these battles. And you get sent back to... Your HP recovers in full. But yeah, you can keep trying this, and... The only things you can really do are change your style if you feel like the style isn't helping you. Rely on RNG to give you a good opening hand. And the only other thing is change your Navi customizer. Those are really the only things. And I guess if you want to keep going back and forth in this area that you can't jack out from, you could also try, you know, different extra folders. But all of the extra folders are just really bad. You just don't have these... You just have this wide variety of codes it's really hard to pull chips that are compatible with each other. If it weren't for these star chips, like, you would never be able to pick more than 2 chips at a time with this folder. You'd almost never be able to do that. One good thing is that it does have the prism. I did talk about how the prism can be used in combination with the program advance for the bubbler and the heat shot. Those program advances do 300 each, and the prism spreads whatever damage is done to it. So if you do those program advances, the bub spread and the heat spread, well, they're gonna hit all the panels once they hit your prism, which you would presumably put in the middle of your opponent's field. So the prism would take that damage and deflect it, but at the same time, the spread damage from the heat spread and bub spread would also happen, so you would basically be double damaging the enemies for 600 damage, or maybe even more in some instances, since you would have elemental weaknesses in a few cases. The heat spread on Plant Man, for example, would give you an extra 300 damage due to element weakness, and then the bub spread on Flame Man, same thing. But yeah, with Dark Man, the thing that worked for me when I did it off screen for blue version was I changed my Navicust because the hub batch, none of the stuff that the hub batch gives you were really helping me against Dark Man, so I just took the hub batch out and filled my Navi customizer with the custom 1s and the custom 2, and that allowed me to, have better luck re-rolling and getting the damage that I needed. Also, the meteor, or the random meteor chip, since Darkman, he does move around, but also if you can sometimes take advantage of baiting him into attacking you, especially if he's in his fire mode, you might be able to get him to sit still long enough to take hits. Actually, even without baiting him into attacking you, he does linger a bit, waiting for you to step in front of him. So the random meteor does have a better than nothing chance of attacking him. Whoops, didn't mean to press that. Here you can fight a copy of Japan Man. I had better luck fighting him with... what did I do in blue version? I decided to change my Navicust to a bunch of weapon level plus. I just installed all of those because in blue version I have the wood style. So, since he likes to attack you from 2 spaces away, he was perfectly vulnerable to my charge attacks, and of course I threw whatever extra damage I could at him with my chips, and that was how I took care of him there. But yeah, I'll figure out something similar here. I've got the Elect style here, so there are going to be some differences in how I handle these fights compared to how I did them in blue version. But yeah, these are the fights. So you've got Dark Man, Japan Man, and Proto Man over here. I'm going to keep my save to this location. And as we venture outward, we can find even more of those Navis with different time limits. A good number of them are like 40 seconds or 45 seconds, but there are a few with lower limits because you're fighting the alpha version of each of them, and some of them, their alpha version has a minuscule amount of HP, like Flashman especially. Flashman you have to beat in 10 seconds, which sounds crazy, but he's only got 500 HP, so if you get your program advances firsthand, or, you pull the Mine battle chip, which does 300 damage, then you can probably finish him pretty quickly. One Navicust program that you definitely want, no matter what, is definitely this fast gauge. At the very least, this is not going to be changing in any of my Navi Cust rearrangements for these fights, because this lets you get new chips every like 4.5, 5 seconds, whatever the time on it is. And yeah, that's really important in battles like the Flashman battle, where if you don't have the fast gauge, you've only got like one chance to draw new chips, and then you'd only be left with like 1.5 seconds to use the chips that you pull on your second round. So definitely need fast gauge to get at least 2, maybe 3 chances at picking chips. 3? No, just 2 really. Because at 3 you would already be over the time limit for Flashman. Was there one over here? No, it's the other one. Yeah, here's one. I think this was Kingman? No, Mistman. This one's Metal Man. I think it said 30 seconds there, whatever it was. There's Gutsman. He's the only one up here on the upper levels, I believe. I think there's one more somewhere this way. Nope, that was all of those. And then over here is just all the bad guys that you took care of throughout the game. They're all just lined up in order. So all of the non-friendly Navis are over here. You've got Drillman, who we fought after Flame Man, who we fought after Plant Man. And before Plant Man, we fought Desert Man. I think this is actually, yeah, that's Flash Man. So if you're going in order, it starts here: Flash Man, Beast Man, and then after Beast Man was Bubble Man, and then after Bubble Man was Desert Man. So yeah, that's the order that they're arranged in. And yeah, you have to do all that with those terrible extra folders. Just why? I think I would rather fight their beta versions with the same time limits, but give me the freedom to customize my folder however I want. I think that would actually be easier. I don't think restricting them to their alpha versions actually makes up for the fact that you have to do it with an extra folder. But it's fine, you just play around with your Navi Cust a little bit. And maybe, if you're really daring, fight lots of viruses until you get the style you want, in the element you want. Imagine re-rolling your style for these battles. Oh god, that would be terrible. I don't think you need to go that far, but it is an option. Let's go to Scilab now. I'm not saving any of what I'm about to do, I'm just going to show it off. So that you know how it happened when I show up next part with all these goodies that I got off screen. No point in collecting that mystery data since we're not saving this. I am going to fight some viruses along the way just to show off the team style. Just to show off what it looks like, because we didn't really get to see it in, what do you call it? Battle Network 2. Okay, I guess that works. And yeah, I'm still on my extra folder. Let's change that. Okay, that's 1. And the fight we had with base counts, so actually that's 2. 3 more battles to go. Two more battles to go. One more to go. Alright, so, behind curtain number 1, you hear a solemn voice from overhead.
Hail the new king of the undernet, you may pass.
And behind here, we gain access to some green mystery data, which can drop, I don't even remember, but yeah, you can get the Guardian O from here in case you didn't get it from the Bug Frag Trader or whatever. And right, you can get Pawn in Y code from here. I forget what the other things were that you could get from here. Oh, last battle. And this should get us the team style. And there you go. So that's the team style.
That would be the Aqua Team style.
Aqua Team?
Style? An Aqua style mastered by using Navi chips well. It allows up to 6 Mega Class chips to be put in a folder.
So yeah, I don't think having 1 extra Navi chip in your folder is gonna make that big of a difference, really. So, to me, the team style is kind of not that good. I suppose if you have the right strategy in mind centered around Navi chips, I suppose there's some potential in it that I'm just not seeing, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth it.
Your power attack will also become an Aqua Shot, but you'll take double damage from elect-based attacks.
Pretty cool, huh, Mega Man? Aqua Team style.
Yeah, I can feel the power flowing. Give up on the other style and change to this one.
Sure. But we're not saving any of this. And by the time you see me next, I will probably have this completely leveled up. And it's still the same error code, so we don't need to change anything with the mod tools. Although other styles will give you different error codes for the hub batch, so make sure you look up all the potential codes you might need. Okay, so that's behind curtain number 1. A Guardian O for free, and some green mystery data. And then behind this one, what do we have? Your final HP memory, there it is. So you could open those 2 curtains as soon as you defeat Serenade. However, this door will not open for you until after you beat base. So if you came here after defeating Serenade, you would unlock those two curtains and then do what I did and come up to this door and find out that you're still blocked. And that did not feel good, having to take yet another trip back here. So yeah, don't do what I did in blue version. The door crumbles with the appearance of a new champion. And over here, more green mystery data. In fact, I think 2 more. There's the Knight in H code. In case you want more of the chess pieces, this is the place to get them. Except for the Rook, you can get that in Star Code in Secret Area 2. Why would you even want it to come from here? I don't know if it drops here, but if it does, it's probably not in Star Code. It's just, why would they wait this long to give you access to these chips? Also, I'm pretty sure this is the only area in the entire game where there's 3 green mystery data. Every other area is 2 per screen, 2 per area. And finally up here, if you use an unlocker, you get Giga Folder 1. I think it's towards the end, yep. Giga Folder 1. It is a purple Navicust program, which means it's not compatible with any style. It's going to require mod tools no matter what. But Hub Batch is orange, and is also going to require mod tools no matter what, because there is no style that uses orange. So guess what? You can't use your Hub Batch and your Giga Folder 1 at the same time. So you have to choose. Would you rather have all the glorious benefits of Hub Batch, or be allowed to hold 1 extra Giga chip in your chip folder? There aren't even that many Giga chips to begin with. The only one we had up until we just defeated base, the only one we had up to this point was Navi Recycle. So I guess use this if you want Navi Recycle and base in your chip folder at the same time. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe for some of the other Giga chips we get, there is one that gives us a program advance, which maybe I can see you wanting to have 2 of that. I can see that being worth it over the Hub Batch, but otherwise, I don't know. I feel like the Hub Batch is just a way better deal overall. So yeah, all that stuff, I will pick it up again off screen after I defeat all of those time trials with those Navi rematches. I don't want to walk all the way over to Secret 3 again, so in fact I'm just going to do it right here, right now. There we go. So yeah, I'll handle these guys and figure them out off screen and farm the team style up to its maximum level. I believe the Navicust programs that you get from farming the team style are just kind of like the custom style, really. Just Navicust programs that increase the number of mega chips you can hold in your folder, so I guess once you get those Navicust programs, the team style becomes all but obsolete unless you still want 1 more Navi chip on top of all that. In fact, hold on, I think I have, yeah, I have it up here. So you get Mega Folder 1 and Mega Folder 2 once you level up the team style. Anything else from team style? I'm scrolling through here and I see nothing. So yeah, Mega Folder 1, which lets you have 1 more Navi chip, or 1 more Mega chip rather. I keep saying Navi chip. 1 more Mega chip, because there are other chips besides Navi chips that are under that restriction. You start with a limit of 5. You can increase that limit by 1 with the Mega Folder 1. You can increase that limit by another 2 with the Mega Folder 2, so that's 7, and I guess if you want to have 8 Mega Chips, I suppose that would be justification for holding on to the team style, but otherwise, there's not much merit in it. The only other thing we need the team style for is to farm Mistman V4, because that is the only way to get him in this game. You cannot get Mistman V4 to drop from chip traders. Not even the bug frag trader will drop a Mistman V4, though I wonder if it will start doing that after you get him legit. No, it wouldn't, because if that were the case, we would be seeing Mistman V2s and V3s dropping from the bug frag trader, and we did so many trades last time. If that was a possibility, it would have happened. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and say no, even after you earn your Mistman V4 legitimately by defeating Mistman in under 20 seconds, S rank, with the team style, of course. Even after you do all that, you can't get Mistman V4 in any other way, so I guess that's the only other reason, is if you want to farm V4 Navi chips, especially Mistman for white version and Bullman for blue version. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the team style. I mean, there's a reason I didn't use it at all in Battle Network 2. I just don't really appreciate what it has to offer. I'm sure there are people out there who love their Navi chips and they think it's the best thing ever, and, you know, good for you, but I've never valued it. It just doesn't fit with my playstyle. It's kind of like with the bug style. The bug style, I don't like the randomness aspect of it. Some people like that sort of, you know, risk-reward, unpredictable stuff. They like being spontaneous. I don't really appreciate the randomness. I prefer something more reliable, and just as I had my issues with bug style not fitting the way I play the game, team style is just another case of that. It just doesn't fit the way I've been playing. I've been playing this game the whole time barely using Navi chips at all. Partly because I was avoiding the team style, but also because I just have all these other chips that do great things, and I mean, yeah, the Navi chips aren't completely useless. Like, Flashman, he does a stun, he does a screen nuke and a stun, which is nice, but I have my Sensor 3s, they can stun. I could do Zap Rings, they can stun. I currently have an Elect style. I can do a Zap Ring on command just by doing a charge attack. I have other ways to get stuns. Bubble Man, pretty good if you can get, you know, a plus chip with him, but most of the enemies I face are viruses that aren't going to require the ridiculous amount of damage that you can do with a Bubble Man that's got a Navi plus 40 on him with, you know, a couple of Aqua plus 30s to boot. You don't really need him for anything other than maybe Navi fights in order to beat a record, which I think Bubble Man might be instrumental in getting the 20-second win against Mistman, now that I'm thinking about it. Beastman, I don't know. I feel like to get the most out of Beastman, you always have to target an enemy that's 3 panels ahead of you, and sometimes that's not always easy to do. It's nice that you can increase the damage by, you know, tapping the A and B buttons, but it's not very reliable. I suppose with enough practice you could get the timing right, and then you wouldn't have to mash the buttons like crazy and rely on luck, but why go through all that effort? It's kind of like the variable sword. I'm sure it's really broken. I did actually practice with the variable sword a couple weeks ago, by the way, and there were 2 combos that I liked. One that I was able to pull off more easily than the other one. The other one, I don't know. I just feel like my fingers aren't fast enough for it. And yeah, I just feel like it's all this extra effort. The payoff isn't worth it to me. Plant Man, pretty good for holding certain enemies still. Looking at you, Drill Man. So yeah, Plant Man definitely has his uses. Flame Man, I guess I can appreciate being able to direct the attack up and down. But otherwise, I don't know. I feel like I can get similar mileage, maybe not equal, but similar mileage out of my other hard-hitting attacks. I mean, I've got plenty of things that can hit enemies that are not directly in front of me, like my step crosses, of course. And for enemies that are directly in front of me, I've got my condors. So yeah, Flame Man wouldn't be my first pick. I think the best ones out of these that I currently have in my folder are Bubble Man and Plant Man. Bubble Man for Navi fights specifically, not very useful in virus fights, whereas Plant Man is definitely helpful against those stupid Momograw viruses that can barely be attacked by anything else in the game. So yeah, I'm just not a big Navi chip user to begin with. I use a Gutsman here and there when I need to take advantage of breaking panels, but eventually you get other ways to break panels. You know, you get your get-in chips if you want to use that for the snake, and Gutsman has been nerfed compared to especially the first game. In the first game, Gutsman could do like 100 damage, I think, with Gutsman 3, which is enough to S-rank certain virus battles with just a Gutsman alone. But he does less damage now, and I don't know, I don't feel like it's worth it, unless you stack him with like Navi plus 20s and Navi plus 40s. Or attack plus 10s and attack plus 30s, whatever. And I guess the other main use for Gutsman isn't really the Gutsman chip itself, but just the Guts Shoot program advance. So, yeah, sorry for rambling, but, you know, I figured you guys would want to know my honest thoughts on the team style, so there it is. That's my honest thoughts on team style and Navi chips in general. It's just not for me. It's not my playstyle. So yeah, I think that's enough of me rambling. Have a good one. Next time will hopefully be the last part. There's only one other thing that'll be left to do after taking care of these guys. I think it's just one other thing, right? Well, a couple other things. There are a couple of other things, but I'm pretty sure we can fit them all into one episode. I'm hoping. Unless the challenge is even harder than I'm imagining, in which case I might try to get it all done in one episode anyway, and we'll just let it run extra long until we get the job done. But yeah, if it's not next episode, then it'll be the one after next that will be the final part. So yeah, final part, either next time or one more episode after that. Anyway, take care, enjoy yourselves, and I will see you next time.